Hi, welcome along to ArsenalFanTV. We've got an exclusive today. We've got the Spanish football expert, the authority on Spanish football, Guillem Balague here. How you doing, Guillem?
All right, Robbie. Cold.
Cold.
It was so warm having my glass of wine. You forced me to be outside. I won't forgive you for that.
You know what? When I was calling you and you were sat in that restaurant, because just to let people know, I called you and you was in a restaurant. I thought you was in Spain somewhere. I thought you was in Barcelona or Madrid or something like that. And then you're in King's Cross.
King's Cross, that's right. I was having a bit of a rest. Barcelona next week.
Okay, so I owe you a glass of wine. I'm sorry to interrupt your and a glass of wine that you didn't even drink. How much did it cost?
It's £10, and you said that I understand now why you wanted me to be outside. You did not enjoy the fact that I was enjoying myself with my wine, and you said something about the wife had been iffy or something.
No, I wouldn't do that. Now listen, Guillem, the reason why I wanted to get you here on the show today is obviously we do this show every day, Transfer Daily, and you broke this story about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang being linked with Arsenal. A lot of Arsenal fans have been really excited about the news, but you know what? We're so used to hearing rumours and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to find out from you, you know, obviously you won't know 100% if it's going to happen, but just tell us a bit more about this story.
Well, the fact is, of course, that once Arsene Wenger and Arsenal realized that Alexis was going to go, that the best idea was to let him go. They needed a replacement. So they approached somebody that they thought about in the summer, Aubameyang. He would have cost more in the summer, they thought. They were willing to go up to 70 million if money had come in. He was considered, but they never put an offer. So that was the end of that. But they went for it again because they thought the inkling from the summer that Aubameyang would join Arsenal. And in fact, I think they've gone as far as agreeing terms with the player. I know you cannot do that, but that kind of thing where the player knows what he will earn if he comes to Arsenal. So that's the first part of what was going to happen. And today's an important day today because Arsenal will find out if Borussia Dortmund is willing to sell and more or less how much they're willing to sell for. I think Aubameyang will talk to Borussia Dortmund, will confirm that he wants to go, and then things will have to be taken from there. All I'm hearing is that Arsenal are optimistic. They think it's a possibility that not only will be exciting, it will just fill a gap. And if that means including a player in the equation, one of the forwards, that's also being considered.
That's Giroud you're talking about. Because Dortmund were interested in Giroud in the summer as well, right?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it, then? Aubameyang quite clearly tried to get out of Borussia Dortmund in the summer. Didn't do it. He's a little bit unsettled. As you know, he was left out of the squad for disciplinary reasons because he did not go to a meeting of a team meeting. So, quite clearly, it seems that Aubameyang's head has been turned. But it's not the end of the story. Even if he gets a positive answer from Borussia, then the clubs will have to talk. And I've been told from people involved in this that it will take days before anything gets closed down. But of course, it doesn't mean that it will. So we'll just have to see.
In your opinion, would that be a good replacement for Alexis Sanchez?
No doubt. You're talking about a guy who's hungry, who comes with a completely different attitude. So from that point of view already, it's important. Of course, knowing about the technical secretary of Arsenal and somebody that is mobile, a modern striker who has scored regularly, even though this season, for instance, is in double figures already, even though he's been obsessed with the idea of leaving, he's still been scoring. So top player. And Giroud going the other way, I don't think it will be a disaster from Arsenal's point of view either.
Now, there's also been links to other players. Henrik Mkhitaryan's the big one that's been flying around as well. That Arsenal may want Mkhitaryan as part of the deal for Sanchez.
And it's true. That it's been negotiated, and it's true that it could even be a straight swap. Mkhitaryan was followed by Arsenal about 5 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 2 years ago. They were considering putting an offer for him. They didn't go for him because you don't have money. No, sorry. Because you don't want to spend money.
Yeah, that's right.
You do have the money, but you just want to keep your net spending very, very low, which means that you miss on these players, and then then they become far too expensive. So Mkhitaryan was considered. There are very, very good positive reports on him. The thing is, though, Manchester United has to move quickly. I've heard that unless they sort things out soon, including Mkhitaryan in the deal, there's another club willing to take Alexis Sanchez. So I think there's still going to be a few twists on this one.
Is that
we haven't heard the end of the story.
Is that Chelsea?
It could be, but it could be somebody else.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the big ones.
Okay. Liverpool?
Anyway, I cannot hear you now. So
you can't hear me now. All right. What about Malcolm? This guy Malcolm.
I heard
what do you know about Malcolm?
The technical reports are good, but not great. So in terms of what he can deliver, they still got to learn a lot without the ball, work harder, be more committed from that point of view. But he's so pacey and he's left-footed, as you know, that plays on the right-hand side. He's very, 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 very fast, and he's a goal scorer as well. So what I'm hearing is Malcolm is one of the possibilities. Yes, certainly somebody that it would be good to sign, but not the only one that they've got in their list for the three that if they're lucky they could get. So Arsenal are after three top players in what seems to be, in my eyes, a recycling of the squad that will continue in the summer.
I wanted to ask you one last thing. There was obviously, I know you know everything on Spanish football. Now Steven Nzonzi, he was a person that even before the January transfer window opened, he was linked heavily with Arsenal. We've always had this problem as defensive midfielder. We sold Coquelin to Valencia. Is the Nzonzi thing, is that still a possibility, or is that dead now?
You know what? I thought there was never a possibility of that. There was a confusion with the fact that Nzonzi comes to London because his son lives in London, and he comes often to London. So he was linked to certain clubs, and of course there was a point where Berizzo, the previous manager of Sevilla, decided to take him aside, apart from the side, because of disciplinary reasons. So at that point Sevilla wanted to sell, but they had no offers from anybody. And I feel that Arsenal have looked closely at Nzonzi from the last 6 months, and they don't see a player to be at the level of Arsenal right now. But the manager has been changed. Vincenzo Montella wants him in the squad. Sevilla wants to keep him, even though his form has not gone back to what it was. So I don't think he's a target now. I don't think it is. You never know with these things. If things will change. But right now, Sevilla want to keep him.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to make you get back to your wife, and I'm going to make you get back to your wine, and I owe you a drink. Thank you very much. And Guillem, you've got your own YouTube channel. Tell everybody about your YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, it's. I think you have to search for the name, and you'll find that it's just an idea I had following conversations with yourself and people of your caliber who have discovered a new way of communicating. And yes, at the moment it's full with the stuff that I've done in the past, like interviews with Maradona, with Messi, etc. But also filled with little clips of like the stuff we're doing now, transfer news, and I'm preparing a little show that will come out late in the year. So okay. Let's see if that gets enough interest to keep it going.
Okay, well, we'll put a link in the description of this video so that people can subscribe, and also go over to Guillem's channel if you want to get the latest transfer news. You know this guy, he's the first one to talk about this Aubameyang thing, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it might happen. Out of 10, I want to put you on the spot just before you go. Out of 10, what? Yeah, you ain't going to do it. I'm not even going to bother. Thank you very much, Guillem. Thank you.
Cheers, Robbie.